Well, no, that simply isn't bright enough, is it? Lovely. M62 Paratrooper Transitional. Wrong. If you might remember, I already did that. That video is now complete. I'm actually probably just going to unlist it and, put it in the description, I suppose. This isn't what I thought it was. Same with the kit bag. In fact, I've actually got 3 of them out here, which is pretty cool. 2 of which I'm going to be selling, hopefully very soon. I can get them out of my damn house. These are greyish blue. Don't know if the colour can come across there. Makes that stain look real bad, which in real life is hardly noticeable. I think this one's mine. No, I don't know which one of these is mine. One of these I'm not selling. Anyway, these are Vollmaske 780s. Now, I've done quite a heifer of research. In fact, so much fucking research on the damn things. Yep, there we are, size 1. That's my baby. That's my boo. Focus. Thank you. Quite a fucking heifer of research that, I amassed an image somewhere. I'll probably link it in the description. One of the main reasons that it came up was, first of all, a nice industrial style bag, which we all thought was paratroopers, and has this wonderful roll in here of spare strap. Well, no, it's not Fallschirmjäger or whatever they were called, the paratroopers. Yeah, it turns out it's industrial. It's an industrial bag. One of the main reasons why we didn't think that they were Vollmaske 780s was, well, we all thought, oh, that must be paratroopers bags, we don't know what else it is. But they keep cropping up with industrial kits. The other thing was the fact that actually, and I'll get onto that soon enough, they came with a little piece that we should have seen coming. The other reason, in fact, I want to show you the little piece before I move on to my other reason that helps you the deal. Now, I also conferred this with several quite high up members of the community and quite well respected, and people who've been doing this for many more years than me. And the general conclusion came down to, yes, it is indeed a Vollmaske 780, the industrial M62, M65. The other thing that should have given us our fucking warning was, well, all of them really should have came, and did, with this. Vollmaske 780. This, it's the instructions on how to insert the chin rest. This one's technically sealed, but I'm going to open it, because I can do. Because this particular one is man, and if I don't open it, then what does that make me? First time it's ever been opened. That's interesting. It's very dusty. It smells bad in there. I don't have a lot of time for this. There's your nice little chin rest, nice and sticky. Inside this, if you hadn't installed it already, there isn't actually holes for it, but there is a space for them. You can see there these little nubbins. Which you would have to punch through, I assume yourself? I'm not sure. Maybe they come apart way easier than they look. So, back onto this. And it's your instructions on how to insert them. Feel free to use Google Translate, because this is the first time I've opened the fucking things. So yes, Vollmaske 780s, and we all thought the face pieces were just with Vollmaske 780 kits. Now there's not many photos of Vollmaske 780, there's a later photo of one in someone else's collection that we were using for the longest time as just going, oh no, this one can't be Vollmaske 780 because it doesn't have an industrial style head harness. Turns out it doesn't need to. And, well, we'll get on that. Let me just fold this back over. I folded it wrong, but fuck you. So, moving on from that one, this is the one that was interesting for us. I've got one size 1 and 2 size 2s. The other size 2 was meant to have that slip, but I forgot it. Like, it didn't get put in a box, and now it's in the Netherlands with my friend Nick. This one came to me, filthier, this nice little neck strap. Now, apart from that, it looks on the surface like an M62 transitional with its M65 parts and M62 parts. The thing that sealed the deal was that Tipsy pointed out, who does a lot of work for the wiki, if you didn't know, and is probably one of the only people who gives a shit about Danish research. He's doing a wonderful job, by the way. You should definitely check out some of the stuff he's been doing. Is that it has industrial clamping. Now, I did confer with other collectors who pointed out that military M62s and M62 transitionals and M65s, these are flat. And I compared it to ones I've owned in the past, and it's correct. They were flat. This was just flat, polished, green-coloured metal. So this is also quite synonymous. Still lovely pattern. The name of which I would not know what to call it, because these are holes, I think. No, they're not. They're just punches. Are synonymous with industrial masks, especially with Germany. So that was already starting to go, oh, hey, that's brilliant. Okay, but why do they not have the chin rests installed? Well, turns out it's just personal fucking preference. I guess people who were issued these things didn't give a shit, because that size one I showed you was in fact issued. As we can see in here, it has a nice little name, Wanninger. Hello, that's not good. I've got to fucking turn on some sort of power support. Boom, we have power. What was I saying? Well, yeah, it was down to personal preference, and like I say, this one made issued to Wanninger didn't have them in, just because I guess it was personal preference, because then this one came to me, which did, and it finally helped seal the deal that these were in fact Vollmaske 780s, because this one actually has the chin rest installed. In fact, I can just kind of pull it out. I don't know how the hell he got the hole through. It looks like he just kind of sliced it off. Maybe it says on the manual. Well, I guess I will edit. When I put the manual over the screen, I will also put Google Translate. So if I just pull that back through, clicks, there you go. Made my hour, by the way, in 1965, March 1965. Which, of course, when the M65 should have been in service by now, if I remember correctly. So this was the nail in the coffin. But then it left one final mystery. Well, hey, apart from the fact that all this points towards them being Vollmaske 780s and all this industrial kit and industrial parts, why does it have a military harness? The one photo we have of a later one doesn't have a military harness. Well, it's still got the same clamps, but they're unpainted. And on top of that, as it happens, reusing military parts on industrial masks was not uncommon for Germany to do. In fact, it turns out it was incredibly common. So, it turns out it was just the fact that these are earlier Vollmaske 780s that they didn't make specific head harnesses for just yet. Very lovely, very cool. A nice bit of history that took me fucking ages to research. I've got a newfound respect for the people who do the wiki now. So, thank you all very much for watching. And hey, hopefully I got cut off there. Yeah, maybe one day you too can get a Vollmaske 780. They're pretty cool to have. If you're going to get one, maybe try and see if you can seek out a later one. And especially if you can find out what filter went with the damn thing. Because I ain't got shit. I don't know what filter went with this damn thing. So far, I think Mark has managed to find a photo of someone who has one. Or might have one. And the filter is quite noticeably similar to the M65 style filter. But it was much darker green. It was like a 70M filter, dark. Also, you may notice that particular pumpkin has depression. They're starting to go. I'm sorry, pumpkins. It's going to be time soon. It's a shame. I love them as backdrops. But they've been here since October. It's nearly Christmas. Literally, I think it's like, what, the 17th? Anyway, very lovely, very cool. Very much enjoy them. As per usual, size 1 large, size 3 small, size 2 medium. Not a whole lot to say from there. On the comment of filters, we've seen that the M65 style of filter, that nice little onion, I can't recall it the M65 style because the GM30 used it first from a correctly. I don't know which particular mod might have come before then. Like GM30, GM38 style. That onion shape that Germany used, we've seen other industrial ones like the GTGR, which I covered fucking a year ago I think at this point, that also went to Mark, used the same shape, but it was cream, like cream coloured. So it's not unreasonable that they would have had a very dark green filter, you know, trying to reuse old military parts, old military masks, going, oh hey, we have made an M65 what will we do with these M62s? Well, we make them industrial. We will not retire them completely. And so they did. Not unlike Germany to recycle parts. No one wants to take up researching German industrial masks, and there is a fucking reason for it. First of all, no documentation and very few photos, but secondly, the amount of parts mixing is insane. But yeah, this is one of them. The Vollmaske 780. Very wonderful industrial mask that's borderline military, using M62 and M65 parts and an all-new chin rest that was used specifically for this model. A nice little interesting piece of industrial history.